and I've been staring at the stock market for like 3 days straight now.
Yeah, yeah, you're the one who kind of hit me to investing, you know?
Yeah. I mean, besides that 2-minute fart that I had to record, but other than that,
Well, yeah.
um,
What are you gonna do?
yeah, crazy news going on with a couple of stocks, but the big one being GameStop, uh, picking up all the headlines.
Oh yeah,
And I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out, man. But it's I've only seen maybe three or four events like this. Um, and let's see, the first one that I can remember, 3 or 4 events since I've been investing, and one of those being the 2008 stock market crash. You know, a lot of people's lives got destroyed during that.
oh yeah,
And then, damn, what was another one? I mean, the pandemic, right? That
of course, yeah.
thing dropped off during that. I know there's other big events. Pretty sure 9/11 did it, but I don't think I was investing then. Um, anyway, yeah, GameStop stock. The story there basically is people were doing hedge funds were shorting the stock,
Yes,
and that's when you bet that the stock is going to go down. And these same people did this stuff before. They bet that it goes down, and then you know the theory is they tell all of their other hedge fund friends that it's going to go down, so then they also short it, which pushes it down even more, and they
right.
kind of force it to go down. And this sort of thing happens all the time. Um, I'm no expert, but I understand like the basics of it, and um, pretty much like what happened with GameStop is like somebody picked up on that, analyzing the data, and they saw that not only was it short, it was over shorted. I think like 140% of shares at one point were shorted, and it's like, well, how do you short more than what's there? And there's just these shady I mean, I don't know if they're really shady. They seem shady, but it's legal where you can over short things. Like I can short a stock, or a hedge fund can short a stock, and then sell those shorts to another hedge fund, which can also short it, like shorting stock that they don't have already. You know what I mean? Then it
Got
just
you.
like goes over 100%. And so that happened, and and it was driving the stock price down. And then somebody like analyzed it, and um around the same time, GameStop got a new CEO. I'm gonna draw a blank on the old dude's company. Um, Pause, I believe. PAWS. It's like where you can order pet food online,
Okay,
kind of like PetSmart, but online.
right.
And made that into a huge company, and then sold it off to PetSmart, I believe. And then now that guy and some of his friends that he was working with are CEOs or on the board of GameStop. So there was this opportunity to take this company and like bring it into the online space,
Right,
like rentals online and stuff, because GameStop is, historically a brick and mortar place you can go to and hang out and get video games and whatever.
right.
Anyway, the people on this Reddit forum, which I follow, started um, buying the stock, saying that it was underpriced.
What was the name of that place? The Reddit
Wall Street Bets.
Wall Street Bets. Yes,
Yeah,
that's been all over the news lately.
yeah, and
Um,
it's been
catch,
around forever.
been
So
around forever, but it's catching some fire right now. But
it
keep
is.
going.
Yeah. Um, So yeah, I mean, people share information on that subreddit about stocks, and it's just a forum to talk about stocks, just like these hedge fund guys talk about it behind closed doors. It's the same thing, but it's a public forum, and people talk about open information that's open to the public that anybody can find. And a bunch of people agreed with this guy that was undervalued, so people started buying into it, and then it just got bigger and bigger, and the hedge funds just held on to their short positions and are in a fucked up position now where they're losing billions of dollars, or
Yeah,
potentially could lose billions of dollars. I think it's Friday is when a lot of um their their short positions are going to expire,
right.
where they've either got to, you know,
Well,
sell
hold
or
on, hold on
yeah,
one
go ahead.
second. Listen to this amount of money these hedge funds. that are shorting GameStop,
Mhm.
they have reportedly lost more than $23 billion so far this year.
Pretty wild.
Just from, that subreddit and those people coming together and buying the stock that has cost this, hedge funds more than $23 billion.
Yeah,
And one of them, one hedge fund, Melvin Capital borrowing um almost 3 billion. Oh no, they had to get a loan for 3 billion just to stay afloat.
to cover the shorts. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, there's so much drama, like the rabbit hole behind that, which is just seems to be growing every day, goes deep. Um, so yeah, you've got people bailing out these hedge funds. And the same people that caused the 2008 financial crash, um, are basically just up to their same old tricks, and
Right.
they got bailed out then,
Right.
and it's just like these big institutions get bailed out and the little, like, regular investor gets screwed over. Um, so yeah, that's another thing, like, when stuff like that happens, it has a reaction in the stock market, and, like, the stock might drop because of that. The word of, like, "Oh, they're getting bailed out," it might drop, but then people are like, "No, fuck that, we're gonna hold on to this," and yeah, there's just this
I mean,
whole
yeah, it's
whole brigade of people that are just, like, the average person trying to coordinate with other human beings that are on the same, trying to get everybody on the same page, you know what I mean? Like, just
yeah.
don't freak out. And there's a lot of new investors in there probably that are not well seasoned that might freak out at certain points when they should just hold on to things, or and that goes both ways, and, I'm not trying to give
Well,
anybody.
yeah, but in this situation, it's a little different because this is just basically a game people were doing to stick it to the man, basically.
It turned into that, yeah.
Right.
There is an aspect where people think that GameStop is actually undervalued and that this CEO is gonna come in
And
and
change it
actually
all around.
change it all around. Um,
I got you. I mean, $23 billion. I mean, basically, hedging your bets or a hedge fund. I mean, they're
mhm,
betting against a system that they all are in, basically. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's kind of a shitty way of making tons of money.
yeah,
Um, it's legal.
yeah,
It's the way they do things. But
right.
so to me, stories like this are great when you see it, you know, backfire on them. Just with
Yeah, hopefully it fully does. Like,
well,
it's
they've
jumping
already
up.
go ahead.
They, as far as today, are still the institutions, the hedge funds are still holding onto their short positions as of, like, before this podcast. Um, and then there's news coming out from, it's just fucked up, man. The whole system, I thought earlier, like, "Damn, this sounds like some Donald Trump shit," but the whole system is rigged, and I'll give you an example of that. There was I think it was CNBC came out with an article saying that this company, um, basically gave up and, like, sold their, or closed their short positions, which means that the stock should pop, and but
Mm,
they did that hoping that people would be like, "Oh, this is the end," and then sell, and
right, right,
that
right,
that was, like, national news, and it wasn't true, and
right,
I'm watching this, like, you can look at the fucking data on your own, and you can watch the news, and they're saying 2 different things.
right.
This was yesterday. So there's all these, like, there's a lot of manipulation going on in different ways that, like, these these people should be held accountable, but I'm sure they never will be.
No,
Um,
no.
but what else was there? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what
Well, they've
happens
already
there.
sorry to cut you off, but
No, you're good.
they've already Robinhood, which is an app, that I use
Yeah,
to buy and look at stocks and
mhm,
whatever. They've already said you can't buy. They've already stopped the buying of the GameStop stock, and
mhm,
they're doing the same thing to AMC,
right.
which is another one that the hedge funds were trying to short. That
There's
this subreddit got a wind of, a
yeah,
whim, a whim, a
yeah,
whim of. and started doing the same thing to that one. So
Yep,
you can
I saw
already
that.
see the man or the the system already trying to counter, like, okay,
Yep,
regular people, we're going to shut you down from buying that stock on an app most regular people use because there's no trading fees or you know what I
right.
mean, things like
Robinhood
that.
yeah, Robinhood changed the game with that.